Welcome to anyone. I don't know if anyone's watching. Can't say I've checked or really have the ability to check, as I've gone full screen on FM, so keeping up with the chat on the old phone. Welcome to my channel, TedRedwoodFM. We are in season 10 of my FC save. It's my first ever YouTube save. But I've been doing some streaming stuff recently, and to be honest, I've figured it's kind of easier and a bit more fun in weird ways. So we'll see how that goes going forwards. But as my son runs across the landing, that's fantastic timing. So we're in season 10. I decided a few seasons ago that we were going to the end of season 10 for just the sake of being able to cut it off before FM19. Managed to get to the Champions League quarter-finals. First time gone beyond the group stage at all. So it's kind of like a last shot at any kind of glory. And we're playing Chelsea, who we beat in the group stage. So I won't cover the history of us too much because this will be going out on YouTube as well, unless you're interested, if anyone ever actually watches. We took over. Where did we take over? I'm sweating so much. Don't know why I'm feeling so awkward about this. Ridiculous sweat. Anyway, 17-18 we finished 15th in the Jupiler. We sort of middled around there and then just absolutely hammered the league in our 4th season in charge. Straight into Europe the following season by finishing 6th, and then a few title wins. It's going okay. Last couple of years I've really been hammering home the transfers, which is a load of fun. And this is where my laptop slows down. No, we're all good. So yeah, transfer history, all of a sudden we've just got millions of players coming in. 39 spent this season, 31 last season, 20 million. So quite a lot, but previously just buying a load of new gens for pretty much no money. I hate playing with actual players. I prefer to play with new gens, just they feel like my children. So yeah, I guess for anyone watching the YouTube, since we last met, classic, absolute classic. I feel really awkward. It probably tells, shows, whatever. We played Valencia, we beat them 3-0, so you saw that, and then we've just had 3 straight wins in the league, so just, again, new gen crazy. No real Dutch new gens. I'm struggling massively on that front. I don't know if it's just hard because we've got no real reputation, but we are full of Colombian players, for example. If we have a quick look at the squad screen, look at nationalities, there's only 2 there. We got a number out on loan. There's a few Czech guys. All the Dutch players we got are kind of backups and youth players. Uruguay and then no Bolivians, which I know Dangier will be disappointed over. A few Italians, 1 English guy. So bit of a mixed bag. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get into the game. I do need to change a couple of settings. I want to play it on 2D today. But for anyone who is keeping up vaguely with the series, team is as always. So it says our in goal, Manuel at right back, Munoz, Bocossi and Suzini in defence. We've got Ronaldo and Prazak in the middle, Graham Romero on the wings, and then Buzek and Zuniga up front. Glad that was enjoyed, mate. So yeah, a few loan guys. So I know I'd actually listened. I know Dangier is here, and he just commented saying "lol." Right backs. I don't know if it's reputation of teams. I know you said you were looking for Turkish fullbacks. I've really struggled with fullbacks in the years I've been here, so I've actually ended up loaning a couple of them in like my 10th season. I've spent maybe like 12 million on a player, which is I think my record. But fullbacks, just I can't get any value for money, so I've ended up having to loan them. I know you mentioned it on the Grass and Gear podcast earlier. I don't know if there's just something about fullbacks this year. I know you're also playing new gen or no new gen. One of my favourite new gens I had was he's called Gerard Vasquez. He was a Spanish fullback, very much like your Turkish one, who really good at tackling and marking and was a bit of a specimen physically, but it was a fullback. I don't know if it's just the game this year or not, but really strange. Anyway, I'm not really going to hang around. I'm just going to jump into the game and commentate, I suppose. Feeling so bloody awkward. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know if it's... I feel like it's the game, but I have a lot of love for him because you say your Turkish one who couldn't actually be a proper fullback. I loved my guy, and he knew what he was doing. He's really good at it. And since then, we've kind of had a mixed bag of good attacking fullbacks and people that can't defend. So Chelsea, I didn't even look at their team, did I? Should have looked at their team. Shows how often I go through this. Just never match stats. Here we go. So they still got Courtois. De Ligt, I think, went for like 123 million in my save. Some of these guys might be familiar to you. Oh, SMS is there. Vinicius Junior. Pellegrini is a real person. Yeah, Italian. Damn. I need to show off some of my guys, really. Andre Silva is there, Icardi, Sterling. So yeah, they're Tony said retrain a winger, but it's the same. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen, in my save at least, I haven't seen too much come from Turkey either. One of my guys went out to play in Turkey for Besiktas, but that's about it. They haven't really produced anyone majestic on my save. And again, you have, like you say, you have the same problem with wingers, so it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Anyway, team talks, generally I'll just leave it at that. I don't know if I'm going to get frowned upon. What I will get frowned upon for, though, is not going into 2D, which I'm actually preferring a lot more recently. And we'll go on extended as well. Temptation to do comprehensive, but I can't handle it. I can't handle seeing the ball run out for throw-ins and corners constantly for no real reason. So the sort of makeup of my team, I haven't shown a formation too much, is a 4-1-1-4. It kind of evens out to be more of a 4-4-2 formation. The DM pretty much just sits there. Ronaldo, he's just a massive unit. He's like 6'4", Brazilian. Wants to be a deep line playmaker, but I just play him as a DM and he does the job. You get a nice mix of roles that way. Also, I don't know if the stream is actually great quality tonight because my internet's terrible, so I do apologise if that's the case. There's an FMer who went to watch Os after playing FM with the 2D. Oh dear. I'm being abused. I can't say I've actually ever caught one of Tony's streams, so I don't know what he plays with. So what exactly he said? Went to watch Os after playing FM with the 2D. Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you play with, Gear? Do you play 3D? Because I've only ever seen you stream Vigor, which looks awesome. But I'm trying to justify buying it, but I don't really have any money because children. I've also not kept up with the game at all, so I've got no idea if we're looking any good or not. But we did beat Chelsea. I was playing FM with them. Really? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. I had no idea. I mean, I'd love to go and see Os personally. I'm doing that whole thing in my head where I'm trying to justify, do I buy a shirt with a new gen name on the back? But again, it's a lot of money and the bloody kids are so expensive. 2D, so you hate 2D, right? I get you now. I'm all caught up. It took me a minute. I don't know. 3D. I have played with 3D on this save on YouTube for. Oh dearie me! Corner comes in. Andre Silva just gets his shot blocked. Yeah, I've played with 3D on this save for as long as I can because I've got a new laptop a few seasons in, which actually can handle the 3D. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can't say I've heard of them, but maybe if you have any idea how to direct me there, I will chat to them. I'll give them a little look, see if they enjoyed it. Sort of team, because my boss is Dutch and he's from all over the Netherlands. 3D is way better. Tony plays with 2D. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just, I know I shouldn't follow the crowd necessarily, but it was something that Dr. Benji said on one of his videos, because I'm a YouTuber, so obviously I watch Benji. He said anyone watching on like a phone or a tablet, it's going to be quite hard to sort of figure out the 2D, which I get, and at this stage I should do it more for enjoyment and trying to learn to show myself, because I don't think I'm the most boring person ever, just relatively boring. So having a 3D match engine shouldn't really make much of a difference. They seem to be getting in down the wing pretty easily and getting crosses in, which is great. From 11-1. Oh, you're right, mate. How you doing? Looking forward to your next blog post. So obviously got a couple of bloggers in the house tonight. I think they're probably excited for me to transfer over with my Southend Manor save. I've been having a lot of thoughts about YouTube and Twitch and stuff recently. YouTube's just I like it, but it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Obviously takes like an hour out of my day every day to edit 2 videos, like at best. So yeah, I'm considering going Twitch on my beta save for FM19, which is going to be Lazio. I was tempted to do like a follow Ravel Morrison around and try and get him back to the English national team or something, but that's probably going to be a pain in the arse. So yeah, we'll see. And then obviously I'm doing the blog thing with Southend Manor, which is going to be I've got to stop saying pain in the arse, but it will be. My PC is a POS. I'm learning POS, piece of shit. Yeah, nice. I got gifted this by my dad because he saw that I was trying to make videos on it and on my old laptop, and it would spark when I put in the power cord, which is a nightmare. But I know that for the most part, desktops are the way forward for Football Manager, and I'm not overly surprised by that just because the processing power is a lot better. This is a classic move. Zuniga doesn't put it away. Zuniga's one of my beast. Do you know what you've got, Dan? I'd be interested. I'd love a desktop. We've got a shed which doesn't really get used but gets spiders in. Oh, you've got a gaming laptop. I've got an HP Omen. So I think it's quite good. I think it's top end of not gaming laptops that could probably handle some games. Please don't score Pellegrini. Oh, dearie me. This is quite an open game from what I've seen. Honestly, I'm more interested in the chat, which is probably a nightmare considering this is my one shot at Champions League glory. So if you've got any idea what your gaming laptop is, do let me know. Always got to be on the lookout for future models. Could be referring to my wife, but I'm not, which is good. Awkward, nice and awkward. Elsewhere, Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern are playing. Oh, you've got an HP Omen. I think I don't know what model it is. It's an i7. It's got a GeForce 1050 Ti something or other. It's got some gigabytes of RAM. I think it's 8 or 16. I don't know. But it's quite nice. Got the whole red look to it. I didn't really watch that, so I'm gonna completely say I'm far from pleased, because why wouldn't you? Really should be paying more attention. So let's actually, by the way, again, I'm a terrible tactician. If you've seen any of my videos or content, you'll know I'm ridiculously bad at actually playing the game. I stumbled across this formation when trying to recreate like a Sir Bobby Robson 4-4-2, and it stuck. So it's travelled with me through the Jupiler League into the Eredivisie, into the Champions League. Dearie me. So I don't look at analysis. I've tried before and I can't. My mind gets blown. I'm better at just seeing it happen around me. But all I'm gauging from this is we are not creating too many decent chances, which is a problem. But Ronaldo on the ball. Does he get hammered? Who's got him? Rybakov? Red? He's been sent off. Right. And this is where it's struggle stations, because I would normally just stick with this. We do have a throw down the right. Got a couple of wonder kids in our squad as well. Ronaldo, Prazak, Zuniga, all wonder kids, I believe. If they're not, then they should be. I know Zuniga is wanted by Barca and teams like that. It's really hard to keep hold of them in this version. I found this one so hard for actually progressing. Yes! I don't know how to celebrate. Kids always asleep upstairs during this time, apart from Alex, who's apparently awake and playing with dinosaurs. But because they are awake, yeah, I like it. Yeah, everyone's so excited. You have no idea who these guys are. Yeah, I'd love to get more excited, but I can't. I hadn't got far into your first season. You're still rocking a team of 7-foot beasts. Actually, Ronaldo, pretty large. So defensive mid, number 17, also my favourite number. Get over it. There he is, just chasing down the ball, so he might do a job. He's massive. Apart from that, I don't think anyone's particularly tall. There's a couple of 6'2"ers, but that's about it. Yeah, Diga is loving it. I don't know how far behind everyone is. I think my internet's a bit crap tonight, so I do apologise. But yeah, Riley Backboard, who from 111 you may or may not remember. Grasshopper's here. Oh, here he is. Oh, dearie me. You alright, mate? How you doing, Tony? You all good? I've been called a heathen for playing 2D, which is, I don't know if that's fair or not. I need to catch one of your streams, mate. I'm always really up for it, and offered to commentate one time, which you'd probably despise based on this. But yeah, in terms of beasts in the squad, I've still got someone from... Ooh, they're getting in behind rather easily, even with 10 men. I've still got someone who I had in my first season who's about 6'5", but he's out on loan. Riley Backboard, just a generic centre mid, but he's massive. So that was part of my whole thing initially for anyone watching who isn't from 111, who's a good lad. I was kind of signing players who are about 6'7" or taller and hoping for the best. I was just pumping it, but it didn't really work. You love 2D. How the daddy duties today, mate? Well, aren't you off all week with them? Is that right? I had it on Thursday, Friday, and I got so much more done around the house. It's ridiculous. Saturday, Sunday did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I don't know if my internet's shit or it's just my phone, but it's having a struggle. That's a good ball over the top by Prazak. Ramiro hitting the bar may have been offside. So Ramiro, for example, who scored the goal, Mexican, he's quite large, 187 centimeters. What's that? 6'2". Mexican winger. I love him. I love getting the tall lads, and he's I think he's a bit of a beast considering he's a new gen. Probably classic new gen, not new gen gaming type. But what we're going to do is just freshen up a bit. Ronaldo can come off of Frank Burnett, who is actually from Chelsea. So again, my players aren't that great. Yeah, pace 19. I think he might be my record signing, that guy. So I'm kind of just trying to freshen up at the minute. Prazak can come off as Vahayan. And this is one of these, I don't know if anyone else has seen these new gens in your saves, but this is very much akin to most of the centre mids I see in mine coming through. Like nothing in terms of tackling, but passing, first touch are great. And then mentals and physicals are all right. It just seems to be quite a common theme, or at least the layout of the attributes. It's been okay today, mate, but only going to get worse as the week goes on. Are they that bad? How old are they? Did I read that they're like 3 and 2, or is that Geary's ones? I like that I'm calling him Geary. I literally had never spoken to the man apart from like before a month ago now. Now I'm on for first names, nicknames with him. Yeah, I'm struggling down the wings and at fullback constantly. So this is what we do. Play people out of position. I'm going to keep it exactly the same though, because I think with them down to 10, it might be okay. But I suppose we'll see. Not really enjoying the extended, to be honest. Like I said before, not a tactician in the slightest. Would not know what to do here. Don't know how to shut up shop particularly. Also see this a lot in FM this year. Players just bunching around the middle, which is a pain in the bum when they get a shot away. Deary me. So what do I do from here? Should I counter? We're only going to get one shot at this. We don't really want to concede an away goal. This again, Tony, this is where the patience you have to play like I don't know if you actually played a 90-minute game on stream or not, because I managed to miss all of it, which is devastating. I would not have the patience for it. I mean, I don't know if you talked or not, or if you just had it on, and then, because I know on your announcement you wrote that it was just going to be the Camila Cabello song playing over and over again, so I don't know if you actually chatted over it or not, but I'd have loved that. Such a beautiful voice. You and Gear work really well together. I bloody love it. I mean, obviously, the fact you've been in the community for so long, I assume you knew each other before this, but I don't know, sometimes I can't tell if you've literally just met before the podcast started. It's kind of awkward, but kind of great at the same time. That's my feedback anyway. But this game is sort of just doing a lot of nothing. So again, this is a standard thing I'll do. We'll drop back onto countable, push slightly higher because I don't trust the AI when we drop deeper. We just get caught out constantly. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Cabello or Cabello? I always say Cabello. We're going to prevent... Yeah, we'll carry on doing that. And that's just on account of... I mean, is Burnett actually that tall? I've subbed off Ronaldo, haven't I? So what we want to do is get them to have it on the deck. So we'll force them to go long from goal kicks, hopefully. He says. No, we want it on the deck. That's what we want. See, I don't know what I'm on about. Oh, here we go. I've fallen in love with my FM club so much that I'm flying abroad to what... Oh, good, I've missed something. All right, what's happened, Zuniga? Nice. So we're 2-0 up against Chelsea. I made this out to be some massive thing, and we're just strolling. So Vahayan through to Romero, who have switched wings. He is right-footed and naturally a left winger. Yeah, classic. The 40th goal of the season for Zuniga. And now I can't see a chat for a minute, but I've got to bookmark this. 2011. Do people still go on the forums? Genuinely interested to know if people still go on the forums. I think I may have started out looking at the forums, and I quite like the save updates and stuff like that, so you eventually migrate over to something else like a blog post, basically. Can you give me back my Twitch? Yeah, I'll give that a read. I'll give that a read probably after the... I mean, that's an absolute nightmare, isn't it? Courtois had an absolute nightmare. I'm really not cut out for twitching Football Manager because I have no idea what's going on in the game, but it looks like it's gone well. A lot of our goals come down this side again from throw-ins. I know it's probably quite common in terms of football in general, but especially FM. Do you get a lot of tactical mastermind? Yeah, right. They're down to 10, mate. They literally don't have a chance. There's a lot of goals that come from throw-ins, from what I see, just constantly into one person, cross it in, header, something like that. I'm considering going back for FM19. Wait, what? You're not talking about you, were you? Oh, the forums. Is that instead of running your own blog, mate? It's hard to stream and chat and play. You do a fantastic job, Geary. I love your stream. It just keeps happening at the most awkward times. Cause I think it's normally around 7 if you go on, and that's not long after I get in from work, and the kids are like pumped to see me because apparently I'm a great dad. Need that on a trophy or something. But yeah, it's always an awkward time. But I do quite like it. It's just you're running around looking for nails, and that's. I've only seen one time where you were going for the airdrop, trying to get the nails. You're just going, oh, you bastard. I love this so much. Genuine tension though, like when you get what you need. I genuinely love the updates. Please do keep the updates coming. So yeah, we've smashed Chelsea. Don't get complacent, it's my standard go-to. This is going to be my tactical analysis, so watch how terrible this is. We had less shots, more possession. They were quite central, which is good because that's where most of our stronger players are. Number 8, so that's Romero, which is interesting. He's, like I said, he's naturally a winger, but left winger, but he's right-footed. I can't say I've ever really looked at his heat map before. No idea. I'm just going to leave the match. Hopefully just chat a load of crap is enough for you guys. I prefer Slack updates to blogging. It's easier, but Slack deletes the history on chat. Fortunately, it doesn't delete enough for me to not catch up with the FM daddies on Football Manager Slack over the weekend, because that is always solid fucking gold to get into and read. I love it. And, ooh, should I be a heathen? No, I won't be a heathen. Yeah, he's wonderful, but nope. Carlos Romero might be leaving the club. No. So yeah, Romero. So this is, like I said, this is my guy. This is my probably one of my favourite players. 22 years old. He's only been here a couple, so even like a season and a half. South America and Central America are pure places to search for new gens, as you all know, especially grass. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Brilliant result. I'm quite happy. Whereas my FM13, FM15 save still on the SI forums now. I guess when you see some of the, I think I must have seen your blog at some point before getting involved in the community. Red card controversy. I'll jog on. Fuck off, Diego. No, I'm not going to say anything. Generally, I just go down the middle with this one. I'm trying to be a bit more proactive in my Newcastle series, actually answering questions properly, but normally I just send the assistant, but feels if you'd all have a massive go at me here. Peer pressure. But yeah, blogs, I've set my own one up, and I'm excited to use it, but I've got no idea if it's going to be any good or not. I was tempted just to see if I could, or like use mine as a bit of a template, see if I'm any good at actually writing, and then use something like T and Busquets, see if I can like get myself featured through Cleon or something, if I'm any good. I feel like I'm not bad at writing, but there's probably more than enough people who do what I do in terms of the writing style and better. Like, I wouldn't be able to create a storyline as good as Tony, for example. And actually, a couple of your tactical pieces, Dan, I think I even mentioned on some of my older YouTube ones, especially, I've only been in the community about 6-7 months, but there was one where you posted about beating the 4-3-3. So I actually remember looking into that because a couple of teams started doing it against me. It was a pain in the bum. But I haven't seen much of your actual Cash and Pasha save. Did I say that right as well? But again, I don't know if he's still here or not, but in any case, from 111, I'm really enjoying his Concord Rangers save. Just because it's a save update save, but he's still giving a couple of, like, a bit of background on some of his youth development guys, and maybe it's normal, but I don't know, I just find his writing style really nice. In terms of Euthinos has been terrible. This is probably the best guy we produced, and he's got a bloody jovial personality which I can't shift. He does not want to be tutored, and again, probably a heathen, but I think if you look at my squad ages, the last couple of seasons I did bring in older players to tutor, but that's the squad ages, and this is probably the oldest squad I've had since I've been in charge. Tony's a freak. Yeah, Tony, fucking hell. I love his writing so much. I did a few earlier on and say it's hard to slow down to blog. Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm slightly concerned about, especially if I carry on actually trying to create something visual as well, like Twitch or YouTube. I'm sending the assistant. I'm busy chatting. I think the want to play on is probably quite high. I did actually set up my site initially about 4 months ago, because I was going to do a Southend United save where all I did was my objective was to get to Fossett's Farm, which is, like, for anyone that doesn't know Southend United, they've been rumoured to be going to Fossett's Farm. That's like a local just bit of land for years where their new stadium's going to be. That's just extending the loan of a backup right back for whoever the next manager is. And what I was going to do was only sign players who either favoured Southend or from the Southend area. This is one as well. I don't know if this guy's any good. Someone let me know. Again, I'm not carrying on past season 10, so this is my last season. But I've been after this guy since his conception in FM. So since he came through as a new gen, he's at Vitesse. He cost 33 million. Wonder-kid goalkeeper. He looks pretty tidy, but I don't know if I've got it in me to spend 33 million on a goalkeeper when my finances are... we've got 89 in the bank, 26 million transfer budget, but we've got 370 spare in the wage, so we could probably just about afford him. I don't know if I've got it in me. I've been chasing for so long trying to unsettle him, and I can now get him, but I don't know if I want to leave that massive £33 million turd for the next manager, because I kind of want to do a look back thing, because why wouldn't you? I've got 100 scout reports to look at. Generally, I know this is crap, but I will click through and acknowledge everyone, just look out for a quick star number, but I'm not going to do that right now because that'd be really boring. What I've done is just scouted a load of 15, 16-year-olds, and hopefully one of them will come back decent. Should we rotate the team? Probably. Hold on a second, I'm just going to have a little drink. But the same keeper for 10 seasons. Did he start with the club? He must have started with the club, surely. We've got a couple of decent goalkeepers, but I found it's a position I've never really filled as nicely, as happy as I've wanted. This guy, initially I got him on loan from PSG for 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. Signed him up at the start of this one. Pay 1.5. Yeah, strong, like... So my first keeper in this save, he actually came with the club, Xavier Moose, who only sold on a couple of seasons ago, but I had him in my first season, so 17-18, and without, I know those numbers don't look remarkable, but he is like really solid, and I struggle to get more than solid. Is that as good as you get as a keeper, is just solid? Who's the keeper you got, Dan? Was he a new gen? Be interested to see what he looks like on my save, if not. But yeah, Xavier Moose was here for... He started our winning campaign. He's now keeper and all-time appearance holder. Yeah, see, that's amazing. I'd love a goalkeeper with that kind of longevity, and I'd like to think that this guy could have it. So I don't know if I need to leave a £33 million player for the next manager. Again, pre-match briefings, probably load of nothing. No, Berkey Oza. I mean, I hope he's still around. Let's have a whirl. Scott Parker's my assistant, by the way. He's only just come in this season, and I'm not a big fan. Oh. As in, he's not a real keeper. Well, if he is a real keeper, he's not on mine. How are Cash... Oh, let's not press the Windows buttons. How are Cash and Pasha getting on? I'm going to spell it wrong, aren't I? Cash and Pasha... Terrible. I'm just going to go Turkey. That's the easy way to do it, isn't it? Sorry, Dan. Axel Werner, Bastardo's #1. How's Axel Werner getting on? Oh, learn to spell Cash and Pasha in a second. That Axel Werner, 10 seasons in, so I've probably played against him. He's been at Zenit for a number of years, and we played him a few times. He's actually pretty good. See, generally I like to see the all-round, and yeah, I have player tribute masking on, because... Oh, here we go. Cheers, Dan. I'll check that in a second. Just because I feel it's more realistic, but I don't think I'm going to do it in future because it looks terrible for views and stuff. Yeah, he looks like he's like remarkable in a few areas. I don't know if you've trained him differently, but I kind of like having someone who's literally just like 13s, 14s across the board at like a minimum. I don't particularly look at goalkeepers' stats that much. I just see a lot of yellow and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. I don't like eccentricity. First touch I prefer to be better. Passing's okay. The rest is fine. Positioning obviously is really important to everyone and to me. If they're taller, that's okay. But as long as they're pretty solid, I don't really mind. Oh, Cash and Pasha, I need to check them, don't I? So Cash. Simpler than I thought it'd be. Because I know, I don't know if you've heard of him, but Dodgy Gamer, someone that I think started FM YouTube and stuff maybe a couple months before me. He's done a save with, what are they called? They're from Istanbul. I'm not going to be able to remember the names, am I? But his series is called Breaking the Big Three, and he's in Turkey. I don't even have Turkey loaded. Luke Spalvis? Ahmed Musa's there. Anyone you want me to look at, Dan? I guess you're at a similar point to me, though, aren't you? So you've probably seen all this before. Is there anyone I've heard of there? I'll see how Estudiantes are getting on as well, and just in case from 111 is still here, I'll check on Concord. Nothing there, really. Estudiantes. I'm not spelling that right. This is really embarrassing. Estudiantes. There they are. Estudiantes. I thought they were Estudiantes. I sound like such a fucking idiot now, don't I? Again, don't have these leagues loaded because when I started, my laptop was terrible and I just haven't ever felt the need to add them in. Yeah, against Lerbely, that was it. Yeah, so I've seen a bit of Turkish stuff, but I can't say I've... Yeah, because my laptop was terrible when I started, I didn't load up these leagues. So that's probably why the Turkish boys aren't too good as new gens coming through. Yeah, sorry, Grass, I'm terrible. I thought it was Estund. What the hell are you even saying there? Alzupi, is that someone? Alzuki? Uzki, yeah? Is he there from the start? He had a spell away. Have you signed him? Students of the Silver in Spanish. Fucking hell, you guys are... the bloggers are so hardcore, it's ridiculous. I've got no idea who that guy is. He's retiring though. But, I mean, is he going to be a good staff guy? Or does he want to be a scout? Nah. A lot of people, again, talk about wanting to get scouts that are just for getting knowledge of the country, but I don't ever do that. Concord Rangers, Bostik League Premier Division, sorry, from 111. That looks like it's been a bit of a nightmare, mate. Without you, they've just fallen and they have not come back. Bit of a shame. Yeah, gutting. You said there was a club legend. Was he there at the start? I can't remember his name. He's not even listed on here, I don't think. I thought there was a different... I swear I saw a different name there. That's FMG. Yeah, like, you guys are so fucking knowledgeable about just languages and players, but then Tony's got some kind of exotic lady on the scene. He's married to some exotic lady, isn't he? Ben Greenley, yeah. Greenhay. I learned to read eventually. I think I need glasses, mate. Yeah, he'd be old by now, but I thought he'd be able to see him on there, but apparently not. Yeah, unfortunately for some of us, we are lumbered with... I say lumbered. I love her dearly, Mrs. TRFM, and she's English, so I don't really do languages. But I really enjoyed the Mrs. and Mrs. podcast you guys did. I thought that was fucking amazing. I can't remember what she said. I can't even remember her name. Is it M something? I want to say Monica, but I can't remember her name. I'm really sorry, Tony. She said 4141, and I almost lost my shit completely. It was a joy to behold. I really loved it. And then Dan's missus, I assume she's from the same sort of area, or something like that. Or she's been there a while. There's the occasional like Bristolian twang or like Southwest twang. I loved it. So league stuff. I don't know if anyone trusts their assistant, but I totally don't at all. Like Morgan, fuck it, I am terrible. I promise I'll learn this shit. I'm so bad. I'm new. Give me a chance. Yeah, this should be quite straightforward, so I'm just going to throw in some random players and hope for the best. I've had issues with squad registration and Champions League because basically you should see, I mean, this is quite light compared to normal, but that's my reserves. I don't know if people will cower in fear here from that, but yeah, there's a lot of players out on loan, a lot of Colombians. I do love a Colombian. Playing Faustino Esprilla. A lot of them are fee paying though. If we look at our transfer history and go by amount, so those are all the fee paying loans. So 300, 250, 160, 160, 100, 100. I don't know. What's my, I look at the finances, I look at the income. So where are we? We're sort of midway through April and we get 1.7 million for about half a month. So it's about 3.4 million a month just in loan fees. So yeah, that's why I'm struggling with squad registration in the Champions League. So I've kind of got two squads to an extent now. But what we'll do is we'll just rotate a little bit with some of the more key players. I should just keep it the same, but I'm not going to. Van can come in. Buzek's been subbed off. What I quite like though is this guy. Michael Marta. I've had him since, what, season 3, I think? He came in and he's been here throughout. He probably is the all-time goal scoring record holder now, but I love the guy. I really wanted to become the Dutch manager just so I could start picking him, but it wasn't to be. Anyway, let's get on with things. We'll replace him. You don't know these guys, so to you it's a load of nothing. I always keep the formation and tactics really similar to this. I have differed a little bit in pushing higher up or being on control. Kind of want more subs really, don't we? But yeah, it's worked for me like this, so I've kept it really. Gonzalo Suarez, actually I should give you a game. There's some guys I'm actually genuinely not bothered about giving games at this point. Like, I'm kind of clocking out, and this is where I really liked Grasshopper's post about like passing the baton with Angelo, I don't know how you want to say it, Bastardo. Again, I've probably got his name wrong, and I'll feel like an absolute dick. But I really like the idea of the DOF. Just, I had a really bad experience here. I don't know what he did to me in my younger years. I'm going to change it to key for this one as well because it's a league game and they're terrible. Yeah, I played as Huddersfield in like FM10 with the director of football. I got sacked about 5 games into the season because I had no centre backs because he sold them all, and it was horrible. I remember it being horrible. So it did pain me. How am I doing? I'm still on 5 viewers. This is fantastic. To be fair, I think 2 of them are me and 3 of them are you guys, so I do appreciate that. Thanks for popping in, my fans. Hopefully the blogs will be more up to scratch, but we'll see. I'm anticipating a long, hard slog. Angel. I like saying Angelo. Why do I say Angelo? Angel. Hangel. Sorry, mate. I'm learning. Michael Martin, my boy. That's who I'd get on the back of my shirt if I was getting a shirt, but I can't afford one. Don't worry about pronunciation. Pronunciation, it should be said. Because I know how to speak. Yeah, I should learn. I'm normally quite good. I feel a bit flustered, if you want me to be completely honest. It's the first time I've streamed FM, I think. I think I streamed for about 2 minutes one time just to check to see if it worked. But I feel like being watched by people that play FM will judge how terrible I am at the game and commentating and tactics. Honestly, I fell into this tactic and that was it. I was just like, it works. I quite like how, I mean, centre mid attack with this, I don't know if it's just because of the sort of defensive minded player behind him, but it just works so beautifully. And it's kind of what I was going for as well, because I was hoping Ronaldo, or whoever is in that defensive mid role, would very much be the Gary Speed of the equation, with Verheyen, who is playing today, being like Kieran Dyer or Jermaine Genius. But we're 2-0 up, which is fantastic. And yeah, obviously, as a Newcastle fan, I just wanted to recreate that and have like a Shearer Bellamy-esque strike partnership, because that was my sort of my time alive as a Newcastle fan. Like the whole, was it I want to say it's PSV, might be finalled. I think it was PSV. We beat 3-2 Champions League to get through the group stage, and like the last minute, Craig Bellamy scored the winner. And it's like that team that I'm trying to recreate in my YouTube save, but it's shit, so who knows. But that's the formation I'm going for. I like it quite direct, so it's on control, but I've got a ton of player instructions on, which I find a lot more rewarding when you get it to work rather than just the role itself. So a lot of the guys, so the fullbacks are on support, but I've customized them to do whatever I want them to, which is basically stay back. But it just means they venture slightly further forwards and a fullback on defend who'll be back here. It just allows these guys to just run riot and hit the bar, apparently. Target man, yeah. I before my OS save, so that was my first YouTube save. I actually started another one on my old laptop before realizing I couldn't use it for that purpose properly, or at least the way I wanted to use it. I ended up journeymanning around the bottom leagues of England. Ended up at Nuneaton as they'd just been relegated out of the Vanarama North or South, whichever it was. So I went for an advanced forward and target man. It worked really well, but with this one, I actually had a period of about 4 seasons, maybe 5, where I had 2 advanced forwards, and for whatever reason, I can't explain it, but it worked really nicely, because I think one of them, the side that's on, because we've got an asymmetric DM there, so the side that's on the DM, so the left-sided forward, I had him as like roaming a bit more from his position and stuff like that, and it seemed to just drop him in, but also keep him quite high up. And then the complete forward I just went for because we got this lad Zuniga who's on the bench today. Sure, I'm happy. Who's just an absolute monster. Why don't you let me click him? I look like a fucking idiot, don't I? I mean, I do anyway, but Zuniga. This is him, 20 years old. He would have developed a lot more than this. I've had him for about almost 2 seasons now. But our training facilities, I don't know if anyone else, again, has had this. I've requested facilities about 3 seasons ago, sorry. They said yes, and it just kept getting delayed, and now it's disappeared from the board completely. So it's a shame, because he came to us looking like this when he was 18. But yeah, big fan of Zuniga. So that's why I play a complete forward. As much as he doesn't play there, he's got everything to play there, apart from these ones, but ignore that. I know what I'm on about, I promise. But yeah, target man, I think gets a bit of a bad rap. I know Cleon with his, because he's writing about the diamond, isn't he, at the moment? And he mentioned he's building from the front, which is not what I do as a formation building tool at all. I do the standard thing of building from the back, and then you kind of end up with set roles up top. But I really like target men. Historically, I've always used a target man. It doesn't mean you have to punt it to them, just I'm a classic sort of 4-4-2 kind of guy. Get it to the fullbacks, they get it into the middle area here, get out to the winger swings it in. And that's the sort of goal I like to score. And I guess this formation is kind of catered to that because Ronaldo and Verheyen are there. Verheyen's a deep runner. Suarez moves around in this sort of formation. But the wingers are very much set to wing, and that's about it. I quite like it. This guy's a wonder kid, or at least he was. I only just signed him, but again, he doesn't look that great. So, or does he look great? To me, I think the standard of wonder kids is quite low sometimes. But we are going to give a youngster a chance because the press are on my back about it. And then, what else? Another youngster, another non-Dutch youngster. I've literally just brought him on. Let's not do that. Let's put you there, move you up, as we are 2-0 up. And then we'll give Zuniga a run out. I'm trying to get him to 50 goals, so we'll see what happens there. Target man and poacher is working a treat for me. Yeah, I haven't had any joy of poacher on FM for, I think it's been since FM12. I don't know why. I got Leandro Damião to be a poacher because he was the big thing at the time and was every other transfer window. So I got that working on that version with Newcastle, but since then I've really struggled. I just found it. It might be, I did try a poacher. I think I tried a poacher fairly early on this one at some point. At one point I ended up going to 4-4-2, like season 2 or 3. I think I went through a variety of formations. And, oh dearie me. And it just couldn't get it to work at all. But I think the team wasn't good enough to make it work. I'll get told off by someone. We were very much on the back foot constantly, and I couldn't get the players into good enough positions to provide the ammunition for the poacher. So that's why in the early days I did go for like I had a striker called Wimber Keeler who was like 6'7", just again man mountain. Actually scored a fair number of goals as well, but I couldn't really do anything apart from just hoof it long because I started with a team of amateurs, like half amateurs, half full time, and yeah, I don't know. I genuinely think it's easier if you know you're in it for the long haul to build a tactic, or you've got a better team. At least that's how I feel about it. And I kind of hope, because you see so much of this stuff on YouTube about people being really successful, which is fine. I played the game for however many years. I've been even a teenager. Like I didn't play much before FM, but I think CM0304. Was it just called CM4? Not sure. And so I played for years. I know there can be highs and lows, but I kind of hoped that I'd be able to get him playing better, or he's looking promising. But his first 3 seasons was such a struggle. I almost threw it in season 3, which you've probably not got to yet, mate, from 111. But yeah, I almost chucked it in. Sat there like contemplating my life after we went out of the playoffs for like the 2nd season running. But that's one thing I have enjoyed, is getting onto YouTube with like not a random team. I sort of knew that I wanted to be in the Netherlands because I hadn't really managed there before and knew the playoff system was a bit crazy. So I wanted to be in that league. It was just a matter of locating the team, which I thought was quite unique, but having checked Dan Gear's link earlier, probably not so unique anymore. But I quite like that they were amateur and they'd never been above the Jupiler League. So I think actually in retrospect, we're going to win the league this year, by the way. That's my son running around again. So yeah, nice easy 3-0 win. That's how easy it is. I can just completely switch off the league now, which is ridiculous. In retrospect, winning the league, I've just got an achievement as well. You're on fire. What is that? Is that winning a certain amount in a row? Send assistant. Yeah, winning the league, the Eredivisie, 4 seasons out of 10 with a team that starts in the state it starts in, I think is not bad. Is that 10 in a row? Is that what that is? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Banging. So yeah, not looking too bad. Must be doing something right in the CL now after all. Yeah, but I've sort of been flirting with the Champions League since a while. I think I've been in it 4 times. 3-4 times. I think it's only actually the 3rd time. And gone out of the group stage the other 2 years. Into the Europa League, but one of them was heartbreaking. I actually got to the Europa League quarter final one season and missed a last minute penalty. The guy's still here who missed it, actually. He's a first team regular. And that was crushing. Like, I genuinely almost cried on camera, which is pathetic. Thought I'd had some emotional music into that episode. Seemed to go down well with the 2 people that watched it, so that's good. I thought this was going to be a big thing. Like, we're playing Chelsea. Come see if we can get through to the Champions League semi-final in my last shot at the Champions League, and we've smashed it, really, haven't we? So what else is there to discuss? Could see if there's anyone else doing well in various other leagues. I don't think too much really changed in 10 seasons, especially in Football Manager these days. Have I got it down as Premier League? Premier League. Look at that. It's not Vanilla FM anymore. Yeah, Man U, Chelsea. No one's retained it though, so that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it seems pretty typecast and standard these days, in my opinion. You just see the same few teams. I remember on like FM12, it would just go crazy after about 10 seasons, but not anymore. Play FM has taught me anything. This Champions League tie ain't over yet. I've thrown a 4-0 away win before. Nuke FM, hi buddy. Props for knowing your save. Overplayed nowadays. Thanks, man. Honestly, unless you've got a different handle on Twitter or on YouTube or something, I haven't heard of you, but thanks for popping in. Yeah, I kind of just chose a team at random, to be totally honest. Just in a league that I quite like the look of. I get the appeal of the English leagues. A lot of the fan base is English. I think you'll see a bit of a change in that in FM19 with the licenses. See Dan Gear for more details. Got a dash. Thanks, man. I know I've just been babbling grass, but thanks for popping in anyway. Really appreciated it, and sorry for butchering the name of your manager and your wife. But yeah, props, and I'll speak to you again soon. Yeah, the fan base is really English for FM, and there's no problem with that at all. I love it. I think this is the first I've really properly ventured outside of England for an extended period of time. but it's quite nice to not have to worry about the same competition, the same teams all the time, and having to try and shell out tens of millions of pounds for youth players. Grassing is better. Oh, Dan. Come on, man. I enjoyed the fact that the first podcast, at least in my memory, that's been referenced to as Dan is in charge, becomes a game of cock or no cock, basically. You can't be trusted, but you also can't say you're not the better half. Yeah, I've loved the Netherlands save, and it's actually influenced my decision to go for Lazio on the beta, which I may carry on. My last English save, FM13. Who was that with, Dan? FM13. You've not gone to England since at all. Again, it's any assistant. Forgive me. I can't. I know I keep mentioning the Grassing Gear podcast, but earlier you guys said that you've stuck with your clubs the whole of this time, and really I should have done that. I've done a little one with Newcastle and one with Tortuga Pirates as well, but the less said about that, the better. But this is the first time I've not had tons of saves, and I've really enjoyed it. Same handle, currently with Litex. Litex or Litex, mate? But I've heard of them. They normally produce some decent new gens, don't they? First season, always saw them in Europa League on previous versions. They've recently reformed. I didn't know that. So kind of fallen giant, if you can call them that. Yeah, they play in an odd colour. They play in orange or something. Yeah. Again, don't have the Bulgarian league loaded, which is a bit of a nightmare. I might have loaded it more recently for next season, but probably not. Have they got any player? No, because I haven't loaded it. Again, mate, you might not have caught it, but my laptop was crap at the start of this save, so I didn't have them. Latex. Okay, yeah, possibly, yeah. I'll take a word for it, to be honest. Latex Lovek. Had heard of them. How's that going for you in the first season, by the way? Are they in the top division, or are they, because they're reformed, genuinely like a proper fallen giant? FC United. I mean, Paul's probably loving that, right? You probably thought you were copying him. Get my words out. Edgar Ferrez, contracts, classic. There's plenty of time remaining, classic. What I've loved about this FM is, for the first time in a long time, you won't be able to see it there because I've recently extended it, but I put in a ton of contract extensions for everyone, always 3 years. I'm more than happy to spend the extra £1,000 a week to keep them on a meager wage. So some have been signed on for 7 years, bless them. Second division, about to gain promotion. Have had a very lucky run to the Belgian Cup. Oh, mate, good luck in that. So that's what would that be? Some kind of Europa League qualification early on? That'd be crazy. I got to the semi-final the second season of the Cup here and didn't quite manage it, but no, that'd be an awesome achievement in the first season. Promotion and a Cup, so it's going to really boost your save early on. Which can be a blessing, can be a curse, but I think for you in your place, it'd be a blessing. Because I know Friday Night FM, Joe, he is doing his Villarreal post, Yellow Submarine, his blog posts, and he almost won the league, and I actually think that would have been really bad for his save, but I'd say fortunately for him, he didn't do it. I don't think he wanted to either, so I'm not surprised. I don't know how to sort this out. When I go onto the tactics screen, everyone sort of goes crazy by, can I secondary sort it? This is how much I don't do the game. Look, if I do position, they're just all over the shop. It's horrible. I'm going to have to concentrate for a second as well after I read this. Paul hates it as I was much more successful. Doesn't say Europa League. Yeah, I'd be surprised if there wasn't some kind of qualification or something like that. Yeah, Paul, I haven't caught too much of his FC United save. And I think has he gone for more of a homegrown sort of challenge or something eventually? Because I know he started doing a lot of his own youth academy stuff. But he's been at, what is it, season 18 or 19 now? It's crazy. And again, even on YouTube, you see people do it faster, but he's enjoying it. And I quite like Paul. He seems to rustle a few feathers in the community from time to time, but I quite like that. I think people can sometimes take it all a bit too seriously. At the end of the day, it's people chatting about Football Manager, isn't it? Sorry if I've offended you. So that's the team. Yeah, you can see all these unregistered players. Sorry, I just had to concentrate there. We don't even have a backup keeper. We do. Frank Backer is returning to full training in 3 days. So we'll just wang some of these dudes on the bench, and then we will see what the haps is. Sorry, 2 seconds. I just basically filling out the bench with whoever I have, to be totally honest. Suarez. Cool. FM30. Oh, did you post on the... Yeah, you mentioned you had a few on there. I never actually played FM13. I used to go odd numbers for a few years actually. Didn't get 07. Yeah, so I started with 5, got 6, and 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 I didn't really play. And then got this one, but obviously now I have to get FM19. Daniel Gear, so I can probably find all your stuff through there. I don't want to say I've seen this before. Did I follow them? I don't know, I might have seen it, I might not. I did used to go on the forums, I didn't post anything, I lurked massively. Unbeaten month. I like it. So you think you might go back to the forums for the next one? Because I quite like your post, but like you say, it's a bit irregular, and it's probably a lot more fun to chat about it and play it rather than just sit and have to stop and write it. I've not even got Buzek starting. That was close. Ooh. Oh, Nuka FM is now following me. Cheers, mate. I'll give you a follow back once I figure out what the hell is going on with my phone. No, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to blogging, but I do fear getting too involved in it. And just for this guy as well, Buzek, so my front two are fairly new. This guy signed this season, but I've been tracking him since he was at Slavia Prague. He wouldn't sign a new contract there, but he wouldn't sign for us. He was just contractless there. Besiktas got him for compensation. I eventually got him for 13 million. He's had a couple of bad leg breaks, but yeah, he's pretty tidy. Do love that guy. So we are going to play Chelsea. To be honest, I might just keep it on key again, because I mean, I'm not really watching the games. Maybe I'll put it on extended just so I can chat a load of rubbish. What do I want? I want you to pick up where you left off. Tell you what, we'll go extended. It's only a few more minutes, isn't it? Yeah, I never really got involved in forums in terms of posting stuff. I did enjoy the reads. I find the tactical posts really interesting, but I don't want to be bombarded with them. They're sort of there more as a resource for me, which I think they are for most people. Also resource rather than resource. I've got to sort my life out. But yeah, the save updates done right are really amazing. Like you said, Tony's such a good writer. Oh, come on, mate. Should be cutting that back. So I do love it. I love a character, and mentioned the beta save a few times. Last year I was really tempted to like make Gaza as a manager. You fucking jinxed me from 111, haven't you? This isn't happening. Yeah, I was tempted to make Gaza as a manager and try and revive Ravel, is sort of the idea behind it. You have been around a lot longer. I mean, probably in life as well, right? Yeah, you bastard from 111. You absolute bastard. Also, don't really like setting up shop and just going for a low scoring game. I don't know how to defend on this game either, so that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, you've been around a while. In the content creation scene, most definitely. Maybe in life. I look older than I am, probably. I'm only 28. 2 kids, little turds. I love them. Stopped me playing FM a lot of the time, actually. Remember the good old days where my wife would, or she used to live with me and my parents before we got this house, or the house before this house. We've been on the property ladder a while because we're privileged southerners. And she used to just fall asleep while I played FM just on my laptop, and I would sit there late until about 4 in the morning playing it, and it was amazing. Better times. Well, better in some ways, worse in others, right? We don't look like we've really got a handle on this game, and that is worrying me. They're also overloading our winger there, which isn't normally a problem, but they're playing 4-4-2 as well. Is 4-4-2 OP? Is that hacks? I feel like I found the formation that's hacks, because the team isn't that great. But it's just coming straight back at us every time. We're being caught way too high up the pitch here. I'm going to take a risk and go to counter, but kind of just do the same that I did last time. Carry on closing down and prevent short goalkeeper distribution, but just hopefully sit back a little bit more, adjust the line a little bit. 31 buzz on team from the early 2000s. Fuck. I think I was still pissing my pants in the early 2000s. That is crazy. Yeah. It must be really strange going from like the forums to like Twitter and stuff though, I suppose. I used to write in the old... That is amazing. I didn't even know there was a magazine. Yeah, I am a virgin. Oh, you're a virgin as well. That's probably what you were, at least. We all know better now, don't we, Mr. Gear? Yeah, that's crazy. Early 2000s. I think I was, like I said, I only got into CM like 03, 04. And then I discovered things on the internet I shouldn't have discovered. But those are the sorts of ages I discovered stuff. You were writing into CM magazine. That's amazing. Yeah, I've only been on, like, I've been on Twitter before and obviously follow people like Dr. Benji or Lelujo. The standard sort of guys you'll see from someone who's just enjoying content. But you kind of get involved and you see that there are people who've been here a long time. And names do, like, pop up as well. Like, I remember seeing Diego Mendoza and Casey Renzi like a few years ago. I can't remember. I must have read blog posts at some point. But yeah, it's nice to actually finally like see them more regularly and get involved and actually talk to them. Late moving over, didn't join Twitter until FM16. Was Twitter quite... I don't do social media normally. Yeah, I don't really do social media for myself anymore. I went through a little stage with Instagram about a year ago where I was posting things like every day, and then it stopped and I was just like, I don't really have the time. FM seems to be the only thing I do social media for these days. To be honest, as older gents, I don't know if you feel the same, but I have like my 2 or 3 really best close friends, and they're the only ones I'm really bothered about catching up with. The FM community I actually quite like. Like, there's a lot of guys I can just chat to. I like to think I get on with Kyoto Gaming, just a small FM YouTuber. He's just a nice guy. Also Dodgy Gamer, who we mentioned earlier, and then you guys I'm trying to cling on to, grass and gear style. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that sort of circle of people as well. You're sort of bloggers. Trying to get to know you all. It's nice. Close your Facebook in 08. Mine's still active, but people think I've either been in an accident or died. Come on, son. Oh, yes, the away goal. Yes. We're actually going to go through to the semi-final, I think. That's amazing. I'm so chuffed by that. It's ridiculous. I'm going to have to get drunk at the final. I'll probably stream. I might stream the rest of it. Not now, but stream the rest of it on another day. Yes, the away goal. So vital. So nice cutback from Zuniga and Buzek. They're OP, those guys. That is the killer goal. Yeah, I hope so, mate. I am desperate. You're not a curse. You're here and we're beating Chelsea in the quarter-final over 2 legs. So no, you're not a curse. You're a blessing, mate. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad that I found your stuff. I'm so like I bloody love all this Football Manager crap, to be honest. Why did I make that substitution? Autopilot, clearly. But yeah, I love it. There's so much stuff to catch up on. It's crazy. And Nuka, do you Nuka? I assume it's Nuka FM. Do you do any kind of updates at all? You just follow me on Twitter, so I'll obviously be able to catch up with that. But yeah, if you do anything, yeah, let me know. Like, I'm kind of all for... I still watch like Dr. Benji, for example, on the way home from work, but I'm kind of all for finding another goal and watching people who don't really have much of a following. I quite like it. I kind of prefer it. I don't know why. Just you get to see what you're doing wrong in your content creation, or not wrong, and you kind of get constructive feedback through other sources. Watching what people do right shows how much of a pessimist I am. But yeah, it'd be really interesting keeping up with your stuff, especially with how did you pronounce it? It's like latex. I keep wanting to say latex, which would be disturbing. I was saying to Asibel, I've been speaking to him and Cleon since 05. Really? That is crazy. Oh my word, we are dicing with death at the moment, aren't we? Nuke is a good lad. Oh, is he coming through you, mate? If he's coming through you, then thanks. If not, then just thanks anyway. I appreciate you guys being here. It won't be much longer now. I won't take up too much more of your evening. As soon as we're through here and we hopefully find out what the draw is. But yeah, that's crazy. 05. See, I haven't really spoken much to, is his name Ant, Acid Burn. Haven't spoken much to him. Can see why he rubs people up the wrong way. I actually quite like him. But I think, I quite like him. Cleon I've obviously heard of for a number of years as well. Just have never really spoken to him. But he seems kind of like the rest of you. Just no nonsensey. Well, you get up to your nonsense. You know what I mean? You're kind of quite opinionated. But it's not like hurtful opinions or anything. I enjoy it. I'm not going to make that sub actually. I kind of want to shut up shop a bit here, so I'm going to bring on. Can't really do anything with this. Urba for Manuel, because Urba is more of a defensive-minded fullback. I think we will just keep it like that for now and just gauge the next few minutes. I'm quite happy with how it's going. Andy. Acid Burn. Who the hell's Acid Fire? I sound like a complete noob tonight, don't I? A little bit opinionated, mate. I wouldn't say overly opinionated. I don't think anyone really is, but like, I watch some of the We Stream guys, for example, but I completely get Paul's point the other day about like the tweets going out, and I would retweet a click to tweet or something, or do the click to tweet. It would get annoying. I can understand that, but then it just seemed to rub some people up the wrong way, and I don't really know why. A lot of people just let it slide, but I think Paul used to run an FM site, didn't he? So I think he sort of came from the word scene rather than the video scene. I tried blogging, I really did, although a full-time job got in the way, as well as a relationship. Can't let FM lead to another breakup. Well, if they can't handle you at your best, or worst, I'm really bad at sayings. Can't handle you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. My wife has graciously allowed me to do this stuff. FM Central, yeah, that was it, mate. I don't think I'd break up with an hour over FM. This might be the ceiling deal here. Penalty from a ridiculous crossing into the box. There's a lot of these this year. How are you all doing? 3 taken, 2 scored. We are missing a lot. We don't have real penalty takers. We'll let Buzek have it because he's already got one. Yeah, I'm fortunate with my wife. She knew I'd wanted to do some of this stuff for years, so she just kind of let me get on with it. I did go through a stage of doing a bit too much a couple of months ago. I got about 2 months worth of videos done in like a few recording sessions essentially. That's surely the end now, by the way. 2-2, 5-2 on aggregate, 2 away goals. Chelsea need 4 in 15 minutes. So semi-final. So I'm chuffed. I'm absolutely chuffed by that. You guys are probably the lucky charms. I don't feel like I've even really played or been tactical at all. But it's working. Can't remember what I was saying. I'm just babbling, aren't I? Yes, D-Gear 86. I could have guessed your age actually, couldn't I, mate? Everyone knows your D-Gear 86. Was it? I think it was Grass got a shout out on the 5-star potential pod today, wasn't it? Which I quite liked. That was a good quiz. I don't know if you listened to it. I hope you'll be streaming the semi-final. Yeah, possibly, mate. I think I'll see when it occurs, because this will probably just go out as a babbly video tomorrow, and no one's going to be able to see the chat, so I should really be saying what you're all saying. Should be streaming the semi-final? Yes, I think so. This will go out as a video tomorrow. I'll probably see what my wife's schedule is looking like the rest of the week, but it might not even be this week. I thought I'd be done with this save by now, but I really wanted to stream this. I kind of want to just learn to start streaming and chatting. It gives me a lot more admiration for streamers that stream and can play and be tactical, because I've not really concentrated, and alright, we've won, but I've got no idea what really happened. We just look like the better team, I think, as much as they hit the bar. So yeah, happy days. That was good. I enjoyed that. Cheers, Dan, for the follow. Legend. Yeah, Dan's a good lad. I do like him. You'll need to get a second screen. I haven't listened yet. It's a good one. Yeah, the second screen, I just use, like I said, I use my phone for the chat. I don't really have an opportunity for a second screen unless I start going to the lounge and using the massive TV, but that's grief. So yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the money at this point. The fairy tale continues. I mean, it's happy days. When is the draw? It's in a few days. Yeah, I'll keep you hanging on for that. Streaming is hard. Had you done any streaming prior to like the last month or so, Dan? I'm interested to know, because even was it last week? I think he jumped on for a little bit, and even you seemed a lot more talkative that time, which I completely understand. Like it's horrible to have to chat and concentrate, especially on a new game as well. You don't know. If you know it inside out, it's fine. So I streamed Sonic 2 like 2 months ago, something like that, just a complete playthrough of Sonic 2, and I could just chat throughout the whole thing because I played it like 8 million times. Or use my iPad when I streamed. Did some Mafia 3 streaming. Oh, okay, so you're probably used to it. But yeah, I noticed you're a lot more. You seemed a lot more talkative the other day, but it might have just been. It might have been anything, but it just seems like you're more comfortable. Maybe just do it more regularly. But I enjoy it. It's quite chilled out. People don't always need to chat, but I think with FM, I think there's more of a need to chat, but perhaps maybe not babble as much as I've babbled, because people come in and will have no idea what is going on, and I don't particularly blame them really. As much as anything else, I'm in season 10 of my first YouTube save, and no one watches it, so why are they going to watch this? Asking price. I mean, why has he got an asking price? Did I agree to that? Unspecified. I do kind of just want to look after the players for the future of us. Can do FM streaming. Possibly not. I do get you. I'm feeling quite uncomfortable. I'm feeling better than I did at the start. I'm definitely a tiny bit less sweaty. I think the heat doesn't help, but no, I'd watch it. Definitely watch it. I assume Grass didn't do any commentary on his ones when he did his cup final. I was so gutted to miss that. I sort of saw it the next morning, and I thought it was horrible. So yeah, we're set to win the Eredivisie, set to get all the points records. So just so you can see how we're doing in the league: drawn 1, lost 2, drew to Groningen, lost to Vitesse and PSV. This is quite common. Ajax are middling out massively. PSV as well. It's an interesting league to manage in. I don't know if Dan has found the same for Turkey, because I think it's one of those nations where, especially if you've got the league loaded, a lot of the youngsters will get pinched. So I feel like the better teams, their initial sort of promising players will go, and then when the new gens come in, they probably don't last that long. So I think there's a lot of rotation in terms of the quality of like the bigger sides. You've done a fine job. Oh, thanks, man. No, you've been going to a sweater. It's pretty hot in Essex. It is in Essex. How do you know? Well, I am in Essex. I don't know where Grass is. I have a feeling Grass lives near Chelmsford. That's a huge guess. But yeah, I am in Essex. I'm an Essex lad from Southend. I'm literally like a mile away from Roots Hall. It's just a straight road to it. Here is the semi-final draw. Yeah, I don't know what it is tonight. Nuka, everyone. Yeah. Of course, from 111, you're Leon C, aren't you? Yeah, it is bad. Yeah, Lee's not far actually at all. We're I don't know how often you come to Southend sort of way, but we're right near Priory Park. We're in like a new build estate, and so it's sort of near the McDonald's at the airport, which is great. Right, I've not even looked at the teams we're playing here. So Barcelona, Bayern, Juventus, and Os. None of them are good at this stage, are they? Right, we got Bayern. Okay, so we got Bayern in the semi-final. Chelmsford. Yeah, I'd love to meet up with Grass one day. Probably have to earn the trust. Like when you guys were talking about the fan day, I was genuinely interested in going, but I had no idea if it was real or not. So I didn't commit to anything. So Bayern, I mean, what have they done in the league for the last few years? They're just Bayern, aren't they? They're going to be good. Although they didn't win it last season, but they're dominating this year. At this stage in the save, it's anyone's guess really, isn't it? Sort by position. Have they got anyone of note? Even some of the big players I won't have heard of. Kimmich I've heard of. Sanchez, is he still there? Is he still there in real life? Goretzka is on the list. Del Valle sounds like a very Finnish name, but he is Spanish. There you go, you make yourself look like a mug on screen, on stream even. Diego Jota, he's 30. So he's like 21 in real life. I had no idea. A fake fan day would have been a hell of a prank. I don't think, I mean, considering the amount of people that are tweeting about it, mate, I kind of asked, but I think D-Gear was looking after the Twitter account. I was like, is this real? I'll tweet about it, but is it real? And he sort of, I don't know if it was Grass or Gear. It was, I was so tempted to book a ticket. Bayern got Origi, so they can't be that good. Leon Bailey is still there. I fancy our chances with that. So let's have a look, see when that is, and I'll catch up with the chat, and then that'll probably be that. So, oh yeah, we got the cup final as well. That could be, I could just, at some point, if I know the wife is out, encourage her to go out with a friend and just do it all night, but we'll see. Keep an eye out. I'm not really setting myself a proper schedule. But yeah, do keep an eye out for my Twitter, and you'll see. I have family in Chelmsford, so I keep teasing Grass. I'm going to go see him. Go see him. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. Chelmsford's a nice place as well. Ted, we won the cup. Oh, nice one, Nuke FM. Well done. 93rd minute winner with our only shot target. Did you shithouse them? And although I didn't say it in the rules, we do qualify for the Europa League first qualifying round. That is awesome work. Nice one, man. So you are going back up to the top division in Belgium, or taking back up. And Europa League, that's amazing. It wasn't a real fan day, 4 of us arranged to meet. I won't say that out loud. That's awesome though, mate. I'm a big fan of that. Was that in Bristol though? Because I do have a Bristol contact, and the venue you met at was a Wetherspoons, right? So there you go, you can see my various saves there. These were terrible experiments that I've decided not to continue with because I'm terrible at clickbait, but there you go, I tried. Yeah, it's a Wetherspoons, isn't it? Which made a thing about it as a fan day. So you all knew, what even the people going knew in advance. That's amazing. Yeah, I had a contact there, and I was like, I'm tempted to go, but I don't know if it's real for a start. And they were encouraging me, but I was just like, I don't particularly want to be caught out by some fake fan day. The V-shirt, yeah. Well, you can't go wrong with the Wetherspoons, mate. Anyway, I will hang on for a second. I think there's a bit of lag on my phone, but I'm going to end the stream there. But thank you so much for anyone that has popped in. I've really enjoyed it. I thought it was a load of fun, even if you don't know the players or anything. Nuka, you say back in 10, but I'm off. So thank you so much. I'll keep an eye out for everyone's streams, and obviously anyone that's been here, Dangear from 111, Grasshopper, all got great blogs. Nuka FM, you're on Twitter. I think that's everyone that's mentioned something. I probably missed someone out, haven't I? But yeah, really enjoyed it. So thanks for getting involved. It's been great. Dangear, we went for beers, then a curry, then a strip club, then more beers. You guys are dirt, but I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, maybe next time, mate. Maybe I'll be in your circle of trust, and we'll meet up. Maybe in Chelmsford. See if Grass knows a place or two. But yes, thank you so much, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers. Now the awkward part of turning off this button, I think. Right. Bye.